I didn't realize that it was different to be a girl until I got way past HB. All of my memories were of complete empowerment because they create this culture here where the world is our oyster and we really can do anything as women. And that is true, but it certainly doesn't reflect the culture that you experience everywhere.
I came to Hathaway Brown after a 13-year career as a researcher. And I could see that these students were very amazing. I started to brainstorm about a program of some sort where they could do research in real laboratories. At the very beginning, I would comb the papers looking for examples of people who had won research grants. We wanted to get our foot in the door to bring a student to have an interview with the researcher. And once we got that far, 95% of the time, the researcher said, "I'll give it a chance."
Women have come close to reaching parity in the biological sciences, but in a lot of quantitative fields, they're not quite there yet.
There was a shortage of women at the top. There weren't that many lab leaders who were women. And our goal was always to create the next generation of leaders in those fields.
SREP is a program that places high school students in various research labs, and it allows students to conduct their own research, write their own papers, and do their own projects.
Bryce is our student from the Hathaway Brown SREP program. She's been able to do some really exciting stuff because she's not afraid of anything. Bryce definitely has a leg up on getting into a research lab as an undergraduate. She's been doing college-level work as a high school student, and she's performing at basically the level of a first-year graduate student right now.
Any student can join the program at the beginning. She would start going to lab a couple hours after school each week, and then for quite a few weeks over the summer, each summer until she graduates. She's able to grasp a research project of her own and eventually write it up in a scientific manuscript for her senior year.
Working in a real research lab, they could be working on things that no one else has worked on before. So they could be contributing new knowledge to the field of science.
I didn't even see a scientific journal until I was a graduate student. So just to have that under their belt going into college is a huge advantage.
SREP is all about getting you out there into the real world and teaching you how to be a professional and how to learn new things in the job. So today I want to talk to you about the cover letter and the resume. The cover letter is an introduction to who you are. It talks about...
I think communication is a big piece of what the SREP gave me. I was 16 years old and able to have lab meetings where I was sharing what I had found with MDs and PhDs. Being able to communicate with them certainly gave me confidence, and those communication skills are priceless. SREP gives space to find a passion using a real-world experience.
It's a way that I can figure out what I want to be in the future, and you get to do this all as a kid.
I think it's great for young women to be able to do this at a young age. To learn that they can come into the program as a consumer of knowledge and to leave as a producer of knowledge. That's really empowering for high school students especially.
If I can do something this big as a 9th grader, I have basically the power to do anything I want.
We did a 10-year survey, and it showed that 40% of our graduates were going on to major in STEM fields, whereas only, I think it was 16% of women nationwide would go on to major in a STEM field.
We have achieved the goal of having our students become the future and now current leaders in some of the scientific fields.
I think that having more visible role models or examples to look up to, I think that's really important in helping women just not be afraid to go into this field. I feel like I'm making an actual impact.